Yeah, so soil pH. So the number one thing I would tell guys is if you're trying to correct pH, make sure that pH is your actual issue.
Do a little research.
Yeah. And when you say, and there's a difference between pH and there's a pH and calcium. So you'll go in, guy hear it all the time, guys will say, hey, I'm low on pH, how much lime do I need? Well, here's another thing, knowing your quality of lime. Yeah. Because in our area, we fight very high magnesium levels, which leads to a whole new set of problems.
It is
tied phosphorus, lowered nitrogen efficiency.
I don't know if catastrophic's the right word, but it sure feels that way sometimes.
It's the biggest pain in the butt that we probably deal with nutrient-wise.
If you have high mag and you go out and put more mag on, it just ain't going to work.
There's lots of lime that's high mag lime.
Yep.
People don't know that. They go get lime because that's calcium. But I've tested some quarries, and they might have pretty decent calcium, but they're insanely high in magnesium, insanely high. So you're just adding to the problem. And so then you're compounding issues, and so you don't.
Or you're creating an issue.
You're creating more issues.
You may not have had an issue there, and now you're adding another problem to the problems you're already having.
Right. And so guys will say, "Hey, I put lime on. I'm not seeing a response in my field." Now, lime takes time to break down. Yeah, it does. I believe it's the largest molecule. Calcium is in the soil structure. And so you're sitting there. You're like, I did this. Nothing's happening, nothing's working, I can't see. You might have actually put another nutrient in there or on your ground that was in the lime that is counteracting the effect that calcium, your lime, would have in the soil to improve plants.
Yeah.
And things we aren't told in school.
No.
Things we aren't told in school. And, and so know the difference between pH and calcium in your soil. And then if you are low in calcium, it's fine to add lime. Yeah. Then make sure you know your lime source.
Make sure where it's coming from isn't high in mag.
That's right.
Do a test. How simple is it to do a test?
Oh, it's just, most quarries should have a test. If they don't, that kind of makes me question.
So there you go. If you're curious, just ask for the levels. Find out where the levels are at.
And if you're getting it through your local co-op, there's absolutely no reason your co-op should not have a test. Yeah. It's simple. They just put some in a bag and send it off to a laboratory. Laboratory sends them a result back.
Okay, here's one for you. What about a water treatment facility? The lime coming out of there, those won't be tested, correct? You'd have to find out the information for yourself.
Man, I don't know.
Because there are sources for water treatment plant lime, and we've done that ourselves on our fields.
I think the Hefties talk about water treatment plant lime, okay. And I know those guys wouldn't apply it unless it was tested.
Sure.
Any source,
yep.
Any source, I would say. And then we talk about gypsum. I just got a gypsum test back because it's got higher sulfur content.
Yep.
Working at some sulfur things, but that's something that I would definitely ask when you go in is, hey, do you have a test on the lime to see? And if you have low mag soils, it might actually be very beneficial to you.
Yeah.
And that's where it's important to have someone that you work with that knows how soil functions properly. And don't just ask them what to do. Try to learn why you're doing it.
So there's a side of things if you have low pH. So let's talk about what you're supposed to do if you have high pH. What can we do to fix that? That's something where I lean towards like humic acids, the gypsum, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But is that the only way we can lower it?
Right. So soil structure is a whole nother animal in itself. We're talking about nutrient balances, but balance comes with a improved structure. And so, we're using humics heavily. We're doing, using the dry humics broadcasted on top, drilled in.
Yeah.
I had Bean here across the house. He ran his air drill with a cover crop and put 120 pounds of dry on for me last year. I'm trying to really, same with Kevin, really trying to get these soils cycling better, nutrients, and improve my organic matter levels, things of that nature. And so I'm going heavy on the dry humics on ground I own.
Yeah.
Ground I own. Same with food plots. I put 2-3x on my food plots what I put on my
Yeah.
fields, because we're talking 1, 2, 3, 4 acres. We're not
Yeah.
talking
It's
hundreds and hundreds.
Not large dollars involved.
Yeah, a
you can do a
couple
lot
couple
for a little bit of
$100 in
money.
a food plot. It's my deer,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, you
It's
probably
my
spent,
deer.
You probably spent more on the seed for your food plot.
I shot this deer in a food plot with humic in it.
That's
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 goalpost.
dandy.
That's goalpost.
Oh, it's goalpost.
Jim Danny's down there.
Oh, yep, there he is.
Yeah.
Okay.